All right. Hey guys, here I am at the Early Childhood Summit, and the keynote speaker was Jonathan Mooney, and he's so kind to be able to just spend. I'm like the last person in line here.
Yeah, it's all good.
I did it on purpose so we
great.
can do this live stream
Perfect,
because you
perfect.
said something really profound
Yeah.
during your talk. That we're so busy asking the question to our kids, what's wrong with you, or how smart are you,
Yeah.
when we should really be asking the question,
How are you smart? You know, we have such a narrow definition of intelligence that leaves so many people out. You know, we confuse academic skills with being smart. We confuse being the kid who can sit still with being the good kid. And that causes a lot of damage and pain in people's lives. And what we should be doing is understanding that intelligence is not one thing but many. It's not singular, it's multiple. And we should be celebrating the multiple manifestations that every single human being has of intelligence, and building an education that scales what's right with them.
yes, now you had a very personal, touching story. I know we don't have a whole lot of time.
Yeah.
But in a nutshell, share us with your story and why that has led you to what you're doing.
Yeah, you know, kid in the hallway, kid hanging out with the janitor on the playground. You know, first name basis with Shirley, the receptionist in the principal's office. You know, I was the round peg that didn't fit the square hole of school, and the message I got was I was deficient, and I wasn't. I was different. And so that personal experience has led me to 20 years of advocacy on behalf of all kids. Advocacy trying to build education systems that are universally designed around the reality of human difference. And it's been 20 years of my life, and it'll be 20 more, because we more than ever need to celebrate the different, not as deficient, but as people who have something to contribute to the world.
So what would you share with parents out there who have different kids?
Yeah.
What would you tell them?
Nothing's wrong with their kids. They're not the problem. The problem is a narrow definition of what is normal that has become institutionalized in school, a school environment that comes from a factory economy that is no longer relevant for a changing workforce and what kids will need to do in the future. And I want children to know themselves, and teachers, that there are strengths and talents that come not despite the difference, but they come because of the difference. We know that folks with learning differences are more creative than the general population. We know folks with atypical attention are more entrepreneurial. We know that people on the Asperger's autistic continuum are often good systems thinkers and problem solvers. We know that difference is central to the human experience, and we have a moral obligation to include the different, and we have a moral obligation to build schools that don't just work for some kids but all kids.
And what can parents do? One thing they can do every single day to their child who's slightly different.
Find the good and celebrate the good. Don't focus on the bad spelling. Celebrate the storytelling. Don't focus on the inability to sit still at the dinner table. Focus on the kid who can rebuild the car engine from scratch. Focus on what is right. Find what is right, and build a pathway to a bright future around what is right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You rock.
yeah. Later, everybody. Come find me, JonathanMooney.com.
Yes.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Right on. Nice to see you. Thanks for doing that. That was really fun.
Absolutely.